So this is an overview of my E36 track car that I'm calling the Dirty 36 because I don't know if you can tell, but it's absolutely trashed right now. I have done some work on it prior to this video, and I'll catch up and show you guys what I've done to it so far. But this is about the condition. Actually, no, this is better than the condition that I bought this thing in about 6-7 months ago for just $500. So this is a 1994 318i four-door sedan that has been converted to essentially a 325. So it's got the M50 engine in it out of a same year donor car. Actually, I think it's out of a 95 donor car. So basically what would have been the same engine, very similar. And so for all intents and purposes, it is a 325i. It's a 5-speed manual. The donor car that was swapped into it had like 160,000 miles roughly, so not too much on the car. It's been sitting out and getting neglected, unfortunately, for the last few months with all my other projects that are going on. So I figured I'd give it a wash and tell you guys what the plans are for it. I've done a couple things to it so far. I don't know if you can see or not, but obviously I've got some Beamer World wheels on here, square setup, and some nice RSRR Federals on it. But let's start it up and I'll show you the car, and then we're gonna get it washed. Just a little overview. It's a really straight car, all things considered. Has not been registered in 4 years. Sorry about the background noise there. The street is pretty loud. Let's see, where did I put the keys? Got them. Okay, so let's check this thing out. It's in pretty clean shape, all things considered. And the fact that it's like a 26-year-old car. The A-pillar covers are missing. I sold them because it's going to be a track car and I don't need them. And they were rattling anyways, but some guy off of Craigslist paid me 20 bucks for each one. So I made 40 bucks on those A-pillar covers, and that's $40 that can go towards other bits. We don't have a radio. That's long gone. And the AC doesn't work. So let's start this thing up. I do have 2 keys. So this key is the one that came with the donor car, maybe, whatever it is. One of them does the doors and one of them does the ignition. Obviously that shift knob is not original, and the shift boot's missing because I sold that too for like 20 bucks also, because again, track car, don't need it. I'm gonna sell all of the interior bits in here. They're gonna go away. But all right, we're neutral. Yeah, so 165,881 miles. So really not too bad. So I took the stock muffler off of this thing, and right now what you're hearing is basically just it's not straight pipe because the cats are still there, but yeah, it sounds really good, and I think I'm gonna leave it that way. So yeah, let's get this thing cleaned up. Alright, so I'm just going to give this thing a quick wash. No 2-bucket method, no fancy anything here. We're just going to spray it off with the hose. Remember, it's a track car after all. So, you know, we'll spray it down. We'll use a foam cannon because, you know, are you even a YouTuber if you don't foam cannon your car? And we'll get this thing cleaned up and then talk about what's to come. Okay, we're looking a million times better now. Got everything washed up and clean. Now the paint's actually pretty decent on this car. There's a couple of spots where it's not. You know, obviously the hood has got some paint damage. You can see the sun's really eating it away. And I've actually got some touch-up paint, so I'll probably, you know, clean this fender up and the hood and maybe the sunroof, although the sunroof's gonna get deleted off this car anyways, but just the cover there. But you know, most of the paint's in actually really good shape on this car. So I think the plans with this car are to do some maintenance and repairs first. So things like, you know, the water pump, get rid of that plastic impeller on there, just the whole cooling system should be refreshed. I'm going to do a valve cover gasket on this car because this one's leaking. I'm going to go ahead and replace the Vanos unit too, just do that while I'm in there. So just a lot of general maintenance. I do have a slight power steering leak, which is really common on these cars, on these E36s. So I'm gonna go ahead and fix that. So just a lot of general maintenance first. And then I think what's next, what I'd really like to do next, is get into some solid mounts. So, you know, the engine and tranny and eventually subframe mounts. And of course, with that comes reinforcing. So there's kind of a long road with this car. As far as the chassis goes, you know, same goes with inside here. Like obviously I'm gonna wanna get rid of all of this factory interior. And just toss it out, get a couple of race style seats, something with good support, and eventually, you know, put a cage in here and just build the car up as I build myself up. I don't have any formal track experience. This is kind of a first go for me. So I'm going to be learning, you know, as I go with the car and as with myself too. So I think it'll be a good chance to grow into the car and grow myself as a driver as well. So I'm looking forward to that and just kind of building this car at the pace that I want to go and that, you know, obviously funds allow for too. So that's kind of the plan is to document this journey and build the car up and, you know, film as much of it as I can and share it with you guys and just have a lot of fun in the process and you know, show what it looks like to get started tracking, especially for someone that has been thinking about it and wanting to do it for a long time like myself, but has never done it and has no experience with it. So yeah, that's my goal, to share some content with you guys, share the build, and hopefully convince some other guys to get out there on the track as well, because the more of us out there, the more fun that we're going to have. So for now, I think that's pretty much all. You know, welcome to the Dirty 36 project. Look for more updates to come, and I'll keep you guys posted. Thanks for watching, and be sure to like and subscribe.